Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predictions for Manchester United's game against Aston Villa at Villa Park. So score prediction, I'm going to go with 2-1 to Manchester United. And the goal scorers for Manchester United, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo and Mason Greenwood. And Aston Villa's goal scorer, I'm going to go with Danny Ings. So that is your predictions. At some point tomorrow, I'll be giving you my predicted 11 for the game. Now, Luke Shaw won't be playing any part in this game because Luke Shaw is suspended. Luke Shaw played in the cup game against Villa on Monday and he put a pretty good performance out. You know, he got forward well. Defensively he was good as well. And he did have a good chance in the game. Luke Shaw's endured a lot of poor games this season, and I'm shocked in that aspect because revert back to last season, Luke Shaw was very good. Luke Shaw had a couple of injuries earlier on this season. He is injury prone, which is a concern. Luke Shaw's been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so he's been a long-serving player. Scott McTominay, he won't be playing any part in this game because he's suspended. It's a shame really that he's suspended because McTominay's done well in the last few games. McTominay scored the only goal on Monday. It was a header. It was McTominay's second goal of the season. McTominay was man of the match against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. It was a lovely cross by Fred to pick out McTominay. Paul Pogba, he won't be playing any part in this game. Prior to the game against Villa in the Cup, Ralph Rangnick provided us with an injury update on Pogba. He said Pogba is going to be out for at least another 4 weeks. Pogba's got a hip injury. I'm hearing that PSG are interested in signing Paul Pogba. There's been quite a few clubs in for him, you know, before Real Madrid have been linked with him. His former club Juventus have been in for him. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he re-signed for Man United. You know, Barcelona have been in for him before, and a while ago Inter Milan inquired about him. So he's had a long running transfer saga. Not so long ago, Pogba denied being offered a Manchester United contract because the Sun said the other week that Man United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made him the highest paid player in Premier League history. If Pogba leaves this year, he'll leave in the summer. He won't leave this month. He's out of contract in the summer. Eric Bailly, he won't be playing any part in this game against Villa because Bailly is at the African Cup of Nations. The last game Bailly played was the 3-1 win against Burnley. That was the final game of last year. Bailly came off injured in that game. He had to be replaced by Varane. Bai will be leaving Manchester United this year. Damasio has said that Eric Bailly has agreed to join AC Milan. He did say yesterday in the past few hours there has been positive signs from Manchester United. AC Milan want Eric Bailly on loan. You know, the loan could include an option to buy, or it may include an obligation to buy. But Bailly is extremely interested in making a move to Italy. You know, Bailly doesn't really get in our team. He lost his place in the team a while ago because Manchester United signed Raphael Varane last summer, and for some reason Victor Lindelof's preferred to Eric Bailly. He's injury prone, is Bailly, which is definitely a concern. Revert back to April last year, he signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. Manchester United got him from Villarreal back in 2016. Man United paid £30 million for him. So Bailly's been at Man United for 6 years. He's made 113 appearances in all competitions and he's only managed to score 1 goal. Amad Diallo, obviously he's at the African Cup of Nations. I'm hearing that he's going out on loan. And Anthony Martial, he's recently been out with injury. Martial doesn't get in the team much anyway. There's a good chance that Martial will leave Manchester United this year. Sevilla have culled their interest in Martial because of Manchester United's demands. Well, Fabrizio Romano said not so long ago that Sevilla can't pay Anthony Martial's full salary plus loan fee. Towards the end of last year, Man United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Martial. Martial's made it clear that he's not interested in making a move to Newcastle. You know, Rangnick confirmed last year that Martial wants to leave Man United because Martial held talks with Rangnick over his future, and towards the end of last year, Martial's agent confirmed that Martial wants to leave Manchester United this month. Martial is demanding more game time. You know, he doesn't get nowhere near enough game time at Manchester United. He's no longer good enough to represent the club. You know, the best season he enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Manchester United paid an initial fee of £36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. He's been at the club for 7 years. He's got a contract with the club until 2024 and he's scored 79 goals in 268 appearances in all competitions. So there you go. In this game against Villa, I'm expecting Ralph Rangnick to make some changes from the win against Villa in the FA Cup on Monday. Aston Villa, you know, they have got some very good players, you know, like I mentioned on the preview. Aston Villa have got Bertrand Traore. Now, he won't be playing in this game because he's at the African Cup of Nations. Trezeguet, he's also a good player that Aston Villa have got. He won't be playing any part in this game because he's at the African Cup of Nations. They've also got Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, he's one of the best players that Villa have got Ollie Watkins recovered from COVID not so long ago. Ollie Watkins is a former Brentford player. Aston Villa also have Anwar El Ghazi. He's a good player, but he won't be at Aston Villa for long because El Ghazi is close to joining Everton on loan until the end of the season. Leon Bailey is also a very good player. Leon Bailey's out with injury. Obviously didn't play any part in the cup game on Monday. Villa got Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Danny Ings, he's also very good as well. Aston Villa got Danny Ings from Southampton. I also thought Danny Ings was good when he was at Southampton. They've also got Buendia. Aston Villa got him from Norwich. I highly rate Buendia. John McGinn, he's probably the best player that Aston Villa have got. You know, a very good midfielder. John McGinn won't be playing any part in this game because he's suspended. Marvellous Nakamba, he's out with injury. Last week, Aston Villa signed Philippe Coutinho on loan from Barcelona until the end of the season. That was good transfer business by Villa getting Coutinho. Coutinho didn't play any part in the cup game on Monday. There's a good chance he'll make his debut against us on Saturday. Coutinho has recently been out with COVID. Coutinho wasn't that good at Barcelona, but he was actually very good when he was at Liverpool. I think Coutinho was at Liverpool for around, was it 5.5 years, and before Coutinho played for Inter Milan. Villa also have Douglas Luiz. To be honest with you, I don't really rate Douglas Luiz. They've got Jacob Ramsey as well. By the way, Aston Villa have just signed Lucas Digne from Everton. Aston Villa agreed a 25 million transfer fee. So could Lucas Digne make his Aston Villa debut against Man United on Saturday? Well, he said today he's set to travel to Birmingham to undergo his medical. They've also got Ezri Konsa, who I like. Tyrone Mings, he's a very good centre-half. Manchester United were linked with him a while ago. They've also got Morgan Sanson. They've got Matty Cash, Matt Targett. Of course, they've got Ashley Young. Ashley Young didn't play any part in the cup game on Monday because Ashley Young's been out with a toe injury. Ashley Young is in his second spell at Aston Villa. You know, he's a former Manchester United player. You know, Young was a long-serving player at Man United. Young was at Man United for around 8.5 years. When we offloaded Ashley Young, he went to Inter Milan from Manchester United. So if he can play on Saturday, he'll be reuniting with Man United. And one of the goalkeepers Aston Villa have got is Martinez. I think he is their first choice goalkeeper. He was in goal in the cup game on Monday. He made some good saves. Let me put into the equation that Aston Villa lost Jack Grealish to Man City, but Villa did receive £100 million for him. Not so long ago, Axel Tuanzebe left Aston Villa to join Napoli on loan. And last summer, Tom Eaton left Aston Villa. You know, Man United got him on a free transfer. Obviously, the Aston Villa manager is Steven Gerrard. When Aston Villa appointed Steven Gerrard in, Steven Gerrard signed a 3.5-year deal. I think Steven Gerrard's done pretty well with Aston Villa so far. Obviously, he has lost quite a few games. Before Villa, Steven Gerrard managed Rangers. He did well at Rangers because he won the Scottish Premiership with them. And before Rangers, he managed Liverpool's under-18s. And when Klopp eventually leaves Liverpool, there's a good chance that Steven Gerrard will be Liverpool's next manager. Because by the time Klopp leaves Liverpool, you know, Gerrard would have gained a lot of experience. Monday, it was Steven Gerrard's first time at Old Trafford as a manager. Before Steven Gerrard, Aston Villa had Dean Smith. They sacked Dean Smith earlier on this season. Dean Smith is now the Norwich City manager. You know, Manchester United won this fixture at Villa Park last season 3-1. Aston Villa won at Old Trafford in the league earlier on this season 1-0. That was the first time Aston Villa won at Old Trafford since 2009. You know, Manchester United will be playing Aston Villa for the second time this week. As you all know, Man United beat Villa in the FA Cup third round 1-0 on Monday. Like I mentioned earlier, McTominay scored the only goal of the game. But for large periods of the game on Monday, Aston Villa were dominant. You know, they put Man United under pressure. They created some very good chances. You know, Aston Villa had 2 goals disallowed for offside. Danny Ings had a goal ruled out by VAR because in the build-up, Jacob Ramsey was in an offside position and he was blocking Edison Cavani. And obviously Ollie Watkins had his goal disallowed. Villa would have been happy with the performance on Monday. They obviously just wouldn't have been happy with the result. But anyway, you know, Man United are into the 4th round in the FA Cup and will play Middlesbrough. Now, you know the news on Dennis Zakaria. Bild have said today that Manchester United have offered Dennis Zakaria a contract and Manchester United are willing to pay a transfer fee this January rather than wait to get him on a free in the summer. You know, Manchester United have held talks with Dennis Zakaria's representatives. Romano recently provided us with an update. You know, he said that Manchester United remain interested in Zakaria, but he said that Man United have not yet made an official bid. Rangnick appreciates the player. Borussia Mönchengladbach are willing to let Zakaria go for £5 million this month, which is a bargain. Dennis Zakaria has been at Borussia Mönchengladbach for 5 years. Borussia Mönchengladbach got him from Young Boys for €10 million. Zachary is out of contract at Borussia Mönchengladbach at the end of the season. He is the age of 25 and is a defensive midfielder. And when Ralph Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. Will Manchester United make a signing this month? The news on Mauricio Pochettino. Reports in France have said that Manchester United are in secret contact with Mauricio Pochettino, despite Pochettino not being Ralph Rangnick's preferred choice to take over at Manchester United. The Manchester Evening News said not so long ago that Pochettino's move to Manchester United is almost done. He did mention that Pochettino wants Man United and Manchester United want Pochettino, and Pochettino will leave PSG by June at the latest. PSG have identified their replacement for Pochettino, that is Zinedine Zidane. He said not so long ago that Zidane agreed personal terms with PSG. Revert back to earlier on this season, he said that Man United were ready to pay the 10 million compensation fee for Pochettino, and Pochettino came out a few times and said that I'm happy at PSG. And he also mentioned that Pochettino would not let the Man United rumours distract him. I think Pochettino's won a French Cup at PSG. He is a good manager, even though he's hardly won anything. He is proven in the Premier League, because before he managed Tottenham and before he managed Southampton, they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far, and at one point he managed Espanyol. So there's a good chance that Pochettino will be Manchester United's next permanent manager. There's a lot of United fans, though, that would like to see Erik ten Hag come in. You've got to admire the work, what he's done at Ajax. He's won a couple of titles with them. He got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals back in 2019, and I like the way he develops young players. He's under contract with Ajax until 2023, and he's been at Ajax for 5 years. The other week it said Erik ten Hag was leading the race to become Manchester United's next manager. Before Ajax he managed Utrecht, before Utrecht he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Man United finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Then Man United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under him. Then Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. He enjoyed one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. The reasons it didn't work out under him, though, is because he had bad disputes with the top players, and he had bad disputes with the board because the board didn't recommend the players he wanted to get in. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer was Manchester United manager for almost 3 years. Solskjaer's final game as Manchester United manager was the 4-1 defeat to Watford. Obviously, we've got Ralph Rangnick as our interim manager until the end of the season. It did initially say that Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for the further 2 years, but now I've been hearing that the consultancy role for Rangnick is in doubt. Ralph Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for over a month now. He's lost one game so far. Man United lost to Wolves 1-0 at Old Trafford the other week, and that was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford since 1980. Revert back to the other week, there was reports coming out saying that Rangnick is already losing the dressing room at Man United. And it said 17 Manchester United players, are unhappy. But despite that, Rangnick got told that transfer funds are available this month. So reflecting on that, Rangnick will be backed by the Glazers this month. Now I've been hearing that 8 players want to leave Manchester United, and it explains why they want to leave. That was from the Manchester Evening News. But revert back to Rangnick, I think Rangnick is blameless for the poor performances. The players have to take the blame for the poor performances. The players are the biggest problem at Manchester United at this moment in time. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. And Rangnick has made changes since he's come in as well. He brought Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also brought Chris Armas in as an assistant coach, and he brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. But I am very sceptical that Man United will offer Rangnick the job on a permanent basis. But regardless of who our manager is, we're never going to be the team who was under Ferguson, and that's something we've got to accept. No one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. Ferguson brought success to Manchester United. He won 30-odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was at Manchester United for 26 years, was it? So reflecting on that, he was a very long-serving manager. But yeah, since he retired, Man United have been playing catch-up. Since Ferguson retired, Man United must have spent over £1 billion. We've brought over 40 players in since Ferguson retired. And obviously Rangnick, none of this squad is his. He's inheriting a lot of players, who other managers have brought in. But like I say, this year, there's going to be quite a lot of players that are going to depart the club. Martial, I think there's a good chance he'll go, like I mentioned earlier. Cavani, he'll leave in the summer because prior to the game against Villa in the Cup, Rangnick revealed that Edison Cavani wants to stay at Man United till the end of the season. Last Thursday, Cavani had a meeting with Ralph Rangnick. Juan Mata, I think he's leaving the club as well this year. There's a good chance he'll leave this month. I'm hearing that Amad Diallo's going out on loan. I heard that Anthony Elanga could be going out on loan to a Championship club, but I think Rangnick is keen on keeping Elanga. Donny van der Beek, he'll leave in the summer because I've been hearing he's not allowed to leave this month. Jesse Lingard, he'll leave as well this year. Matic will leave this year. Like I said, Poppy, if he leaves this year, he'll leave in the summer. Phil Jones will leave this year. Bailly will leave. And there's a good chance that Diego Dalot will leave this year. And Dean Henderson will leave this year. But it won't be this month because it said Man United will not let Dean Henderson leave in January. Ralph Rangnick has already confirmed. Henderson wasn't part of the squad for the game against Villa in the Cup on Monday. So there you go. And I have been talking with you a lot about Marcus Rashford recently. It said Marcus Rashford prepares to open contract talks with Manchester United. Marcus Rashford has 18 months left on his current £200,000 a week deal. Rashford has made 286 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Marcus Rashford played against Villa in the Cup on Monday and he was very poor. Rashford's been very, very poor since he had that operation on his shoulder. He just hasn't been the same player. And Rangnick admits he doesn't know why Marcus Rashford is struggling, because Rangnick said that Marcus Rashford did look good in training. Rashford needs to be dropped, so I don't want to see him play against Villa this Saturday. Reports from Spain said earlier on this season that Rashford could leave Man United. Said Barcelona and PSG were said to be interested. And Ronaldo, you know the news on him. He should be available for the game against Villa this weekend. He missed the game against Villa in the Cup due to a minor muscular problem, but Rangnick said that the injury was not too serious. So there you go, and Dalot, he should be available for the game against Villa on Saturday. It has been confirmed. Dalot picked up an injury against Villa in the Cup, but obviously continued. I think the injury he picked up was an ankle injury. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.